money or business or whatever it seems to, sort of thing. Like it's always this way. Just everything always catered toward the younger person. Forget the middle-aged person, and God forbid you cater to an older person to any degree whatsoever. They had their chance. They're pushed out of the picture now. They're irrelevant. And so, I was just grumbling. I had to use one of the washrooms, and I was grumbling, because the PA system in the washroom was just blasting out this crappy old music and all the rest of it. So I was grumbling about it while I was in the washroom, sort of thing. And I swear to goodness, guys, somebody that worked at the mall came by as I was doing that, and they got pissed off because I was in the washroom grumbling about a perfectly legitimate complaint. And so as I left the washroom, I was heading out of the mall to go and catch my bus. And the person that must have walked by and overheard me grumbling was collecting garbage and all the rest of it, sort of thing, and they were talking to someone else, and I'm certain I heard something about the person being out of the washroom. I caught something about being out of the washroom or whatever. And the way my mind works, guys, and my paranoia and my ADD and whatever else that connected with all this sort of stuff, I put two and two together, and I said, there's something to do now with what I was just doing. And they could not care less of what I was talking about and what I was commenting about. It's just the fact that they would choose to jump the gun that I must have been some person in the mall that was going to create a stink or whatever, and they just wanted to shut me up and silence me and all the rest of it. Now, I was so thoroughly poisoned by that, guys, I sent the owners of this particular mall a message, an email, complaining about how they're running the place and the crap music they're constantly playing over the systems and so on, and overlooking someone like myself who doesn't want to be exposed to that and hearing it on a day in day out basis all day long, every single freaking time I go there. And because the people say, we want to get your feedback, we want to get contact from you, we want you to contact us about your experience, blah blah blah. And it's only if it's something that they want to hear, guys, So that was several days ago now. Going not quite a week yet. I'll wait till the end of this week now to see if I get a response back from them. But if I don't, guys, it's just going to confirm what I think all the time, that people that run these businesses, run these places and all the rest, that don't care about people like us. They really don't care about people like us. If they're raking in the money, if they're raking in the profits and so on, that they don't care about people like us, So my old school taste don't make a damn bit of difference to them. My old school taste in music, my old school taste, and I don't even like to use the word old school, guys. It's just what was considered acceptable for generations and for decades. It's all of a sudden now become old school, passe, past it, beyond the times, dated, and nobody wants to bother with it anymore. And what's being replaced in place of it is nowhere near as good as what was existing before. So whether it's architecture, whether it's music, it runs the gamut, guys. So many different things, sort of thing. And I feel like a dinosaur, guys. I feel like a dinosaur. At 60 years of age, and this is even before this, I've been feeling it for years now, to be honest, for over a decade. I've been feeling like I'm some kind of a freaking dinosaur that should just be put to rest, because I got no place in the world anymore. Because I can't get comfortable in this world the way it is right now, guys. And it's not just because of any possible ADD I have or whatever. There is no quality to life anymore. There's no standards to anything anymore. Nobody cares about anything anymore. It's all just being lost in this freaking technology, and I'm absorbed in this freaking technology. And technology is ruining society, guys. It's ruining the quality of society. And it blows my freaking mind that more people can't see that for themselves. Nobody wants to stand back and analyze things the way I analyze things and see things the way I see things, to see the stuff for themselves. So because they don't want to bother, it's too much trouble for them to do that, they just look at somebody like myself as a freaking lunatic, rather than actually listening to the stuff that I'm saying and taking in what I'm saying and absorbing what I'm saying and considering what I'm saying as containing some relevant amount of truth to it, sort of thing. And then I'm making some decent, good, legitimate points and all the rest of worth considering. No, that's too much freaking trouble to do that. Just write the guy off. It's just this crazy, has-been old, crackpot that can't move with the times and becoming senile and don't know what the hell he's talking about. It's so freaking easy to write people off that way, guys. So I mean, it's like so it's 1,001 different things going through my mind now as I'm coming on this milestone of my life, and realizing that if all goes well and I look after myself well and be kicking around for another 20 or 30 odd years. I mean, I'm still hoping to be 100, guys, if there's any way possible that I can maintain myself and reach that age and reach it in good health, everything functioning the way it is now, sort of thing, and better, hopefully, if all possible, sort of thing. But to think now that I'm going to have to go yet another 30 odd years and just be made more and more and more irrelevant because I'm older, so I don't count anymore. And that's what I got to look forward to now for the rest of my life. It goes without saying, guys, it is tough beyond words. It's just super difficult to know how to deal with sort of thing, to maneuver my way through this world and through this life, knowing that, like, there's nothing I can relate to. There's absolutely nothing I can relate to anymore. I mean, I've always had to struggle with that. But now, over the past 20 odd years, since the year 2000 onwards, and since all this bloody technology has been taking over, the way's been taken over, and now it's just downgraded everything, I've got nothing to relate to anymore. So I keep going back to the past, yes. I keep going back to the music of the 80s, the music of the 60s, 50s, almost any decade before the mid 80s or so, and everything that existed before then, architecture and styles and trends and all the rest, because I see so much more richness in all of it, guys. In all of it, I'm sorry, but I do, compared to the lack of everything now, that doesn't interest me in the least. Not remotely, not even in a minuscule way. So it's no good for anybody telling me to move with the times and stop being such an old folk and such a stick in the mud and all the rest of it sort of thing. There's nothing to move with the times for, guys. Nothing worth moving with the times for. If there was, I would, but I don't see it. And so because I don't see it, I don't want to bother with it. And having it forced down my throat, when I'm not comfortable with it and I don't get any enjoyment out of it or excitement out of it sort of thing, it's just flat out wrong. It's just making my life and people like me more and more miserable. We just had to cocoon ourselves more and more and more and pull ourselves away from life and people and society more and more and more because we don't want to adapt to this basically shitty way of living and doing things and so on and so forth, And the only ones that can understand what I'm trying to say here, guys, are people my age or older who have the ability to sit back and analyze life and analyze trends in life and all the rest of that sort of thing at a deeper level, and can get the sense of what I'm trying to say here, sort of thing. Now, how I can attract those types of people to my channel to listen to this material and have the discussions with me and so on about these things and so on, that I don't know. I honestly don't know, guys. If I'm relying on freaking algorithms to do it all for me, I don't know how to. I just don't. But anyway, we want to end on a negative note here now, but I did the same thing last time, so I'm going to have to clue this up here now, guys. And don't think that I'm angry here as such. I'm angry to a certain extent. It's more frustration. I'm just like, it's just like never-ending feelings of frustration that I can't get anywhere with anything. I can't get anywhere with anybody. That all people ever want to do is just write me off and tune me out and paint me as the crazy person sort of thing. The half-baked fool that just goes on with a bunch of nonsense and doesn't want to get with it and doesn't want to get into the real world and whatever. The real world, guys, is whatever we choose the real world to be. It's like we make the world what it is, and if the world is a shitty place to live in and an utter complete cesspool of activities and all the rest of it, but then we're doing that ourselves, are we not? We're creating that kind of atmosphere, and we can change that if we want to. So if life right now is dead, drab, dreary, boring, and all the rest of it sort of thing, if there's no richness in any, I don't feel any richness in anything. If others feel the same way, then we're doing this ourselves by just being so damn complacent, not caring about anything, and just letting everything slide. And it's like we have to become engaged with everything in life, guys, and create the richness of life ourselves, so life can be rich. because we make it, but like individuals do it individually, but then we also do it collectively as well, and one person alone can't work miracles, guys. It's got to be more and more people who awaken to better ways of doing things, and better ways of thinking about things, and just different attitudes and higher attitudes and better attitudes and all the rest of it. More and more people have to be willing to do that collectively, so that everybody gets brought up, as a whole, And like I said, I mean, like I can go back over my past 60 odd years, and I can think about my life when I was a kid. I can think about the visionaries back in the 60s, 70s, when I was a kid, that viewed the way the world would be at this stage in life, sort of thing. And it is just depressing and heartbreaking beyond words to see how far we have, how far we have not reached the mark, we'll say, like fallen short from what they pictured the way things would be at this time period in our existence, the 2000s onward, sort of thing. It wasn't like this at all, guys. It wasn't the future that we had fully predicted would be the case 50 years down the road and all the rest of it. Vastly different from the way we picture things, and and I'm saying, like, not for the better, not for the better at all, and still not for the better. I mean, I still seeing things just gradually getting worse instead of better. Like, I don't know how much better things have got to get before they start turning around again. And I'm not too optimistic that it's going to happen in my lifetime, guys. Now, I'm 60 years of age now, over 2 decades, seeing this gradual, devolution, going backwards, going down, and no end to it that I can see yet in the near future. So, I mean, all I can do is just try to make people aware of that, what I'm seeing, and trying to see if it resonates with more people, and get more people online with me, sort of thing, and get more people talking about this kind of stuff, and trying to change people's mindsets a little bit more, and so on and so forth. I mean, and if I can't do that, then all I can do is just pull myself away from it more and more and more, and just become more and more of a hermit, and just not be involved with anything. Just try to create my own little bubble for myself as best I can, and black out everything. It's not being in denial, guys. It's a way to survive, and to make your own personal life in your own little bubble as rich as you know how to make it, and not have those negative influences destroy that for you or to you or whatever sort of thing. If you don't have the ability to generate the change on a greater scale that you want to see happen, and it's inevitable that it's just going to continue on the way it's continuing on, then the only alternative any person has for themselves to survive and to be halfway happy at all, to have any chance of happiness, is just to go into their own little world, create their own little bubble for themselves, and just live in that that space, and stay within as much as they possibly can. So on that note, then, guys, I will clue up, and